Okay, good morning! Good morning, everyone. It's too dark. I can see everyone's faces right now, but yeah, how are you? I know it's been a while, we're doing a lot of things here in this community, workshops after workshops after workshops, right? Even in CARP right now, there's so many things that we're doing, especially now, as you see, we have a lot of volunteers coming from different places to support this community, and I feel like God is really seeing something in this community. And I'm so grateful for this past week. We've been working on how to develop witnessing, especially our strategies a little bit. We're trying to develop it based on our respond from the rebirth workshop, like what witnessing looks like in Chunaguk era. And we're so grateful, and we've been working on our programs as well. We had a lot of guests came this week. And of course, the best part was Mother coming to Las Vegas. And yeah, I've been thinking what message I should give, but I asked a lot of youth, and they suggested me I think it's better for you to share why you are excited always meeting True Mother. And when I reflect about it, there's one thing that came up with myself, which is I feel like meeting with True Mother, me personally, became so special. It's because I know my original value. When I came to know my original value, when I came to know who True Mother, True Parents is, what True Parents have done in my life, then I'm always excited seeing that. However, unfortunately, there are so many young people. I think that's the first goal that young people should achieve. To know our original value. Who are we? When we look at the mirror, what do you see? Right? This is a very, very important question, because sometimes we are experiencing a lot of difficulties in terms of understanding God, because we tend to value ourselves based on what people tell us, or based on our accomplishment, based on our performance. And it's because of that, we are having a hard time to know our original value. Why? It's because those things are changeable. And at this point of time, I want to share, especially for young people who are here, who are trying your best to know God, to meet God. I hope this message will help you out. And yeah, that's why it's very important to, our first goal, of course, we need to study, we need to find a job, we need to do a lot of things, we need to learn so many things and skills. But then, we cannot forget who we are first. And that's the first thing that we should achieve, to know our original value. And when we talk about original value, there's one thing, right? What is that? We are the children of God. It's supposed to be as simple as that, but because of the environment that we have right now, it becoming so complicated to know who we are. And sometimes the situation tend to reject us, or block us to see that original value that God given to us. And because of that, it affects a lot of our faith, right? And then even me, when I first, of course, my parents raised me as religiously, always bringing me to the church. But honestly, I had also difficulties of understanding who God is. But then, one thing that I realized why I couldn't understand or I couldn't feel God's existence is because I reject who I am. And I'm trying to create who I am based on my own understanding, based on what I want. And it's not only me, actually. I like this story of Jesus based on Luke chapter 4, actually. This is like Jesus being tested by Satan. Because Jesus knows who he is. I am the Son of God, right? But people in Jesus' time couldn't be able to know couldn't be able to recognize who Jesus is. And like this story was telling like Satan was trying to test Jesus 3 times. First, like if we read here, like the devil said to him, "If you are the Son of God, tell this stone to become a bread." And what Jesus respond? "It is written, man shall not live on the bread alone." So Jesus didn't reply on the question, right? On the second test, so Satan didn't give up because he couldn't accept that Jesus is the Son of God, right? And then Satan said, "Okay, I will give you all their authority and splendor. It has been given to me, and I can give it to anyone I want. If you worship me, it will be all yours." And what Jesus said? Jesus said, "It is written, worship the Lord your God and serve only Him." Again, like Jesus' response is so different from what Satan was trying, right? And then the last one is Satan was trying to strike Jesus, and he said like, he will command his angel. Oh no, if you are the Son of God, throw yourself down from here. For it is written, He will command His angel concerning you to guard you carefully. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. But Jesus answered, it is said, do not put the Lord your God to the test. But why I'm sharing this story to you? Because sometimes when I reflect on my personal life, how could I be able to develop my relationship to God? It's because I test God to prove who He is in my life. But I came to the realization that why I should put God to test to prove who He is. And the reason why I couldn't find the answer is because God knows who He is. God is God. God is a parent. It's not questionable for Him. But because I tried to, put Him to test so that I can believe, then I was having a hard time. Because in order for God to understand who He is, we have to accept Him first, who He is in our life. But not by asking Him to prove in a specific situation, God, just like Jesus did, right? Ask Satan, prove me if you are the Son of God. Jesus never answered, yes, I am. Jesus doesn't want to prove Himself. Why? Because He is sure that He is Son of God. And I think this is a very important turning point in my relationship. It's the same with a rebirth workshop that I experienced. I don't know if everyone attended the rebirth workshop. Like, I'm a first gen, and I have a basis why I become a member. When I hear the principle, it was good. But then, I know there are so many questions that I have that I couldn't find the answer. And the rebirth workshop is giving me a lot of clarification with my question. However, this question created another question that blocks me to understand and believe our true parents. I thought like, what's going on here? And I was so exhausted, crying and crying because I couldn't understand. So I went to Chong Shimon and pray. And I told like, God, what should I do? Like, are they, like, is true fathers the Messiah? I was crying because I couldn't find the answer. I wanted to understand. But then God was telling me, like, you have to surrender if you want to understand me. And I was just like, I'm surrendering to you, God. What you are talking about? I came here, I give up everything, my family, and just come here and serve you. I've been surrendering. And God was saying, yeah, you're surrendering, but the way you're surrendering right now is wrong. Why? Because you want to understand first before you want to believe me, before you want to accept me. But I want you to surrender first so that you can understand. And when I get that inspiration, I was like, feel liberated. And it reflects in our life of faith, even especially young people. I know we're investing so hard to the mission because we want to develop our relationship. But then, if you want to really level up to the position as Son of God, then we have to recognize ourselves first, who we are. What is our original value? We are the Son of God. And if I am the Son of God, if I'm a daughter of God, then what's my responsibility? right? The reason why we are black for doing something to liberate God's heart is because we don't recognize that we are son of God. We don't recognize God as our parent because we couldn't feel it. But God can approve of himself as a parent if we don't accept that we are His children. And then once we accept that I am the daughter of God, I am the son of God, then you know what's next? I want to liberate his heart. And that's based on my experience. You know, after the mission during pandemic, I was having a hard time. You know, because it's pandemic, and then I've been thinking, I need to prepare for my blessing and everything. So I prayed to God, like, God, give me a job that can, like, if I need to prepare myself for the blessing, and I need money to do that. And God, I want to go back to serve you in 1 year, but please give me 1 year, since it's pandemic, to earn a financial foundation so that I can be able to support my family in the future. And then I found a job. And what is the job? It's like a tech. I was a manager in Korean company. So because they find that they are finding that position to Philippines because they can offer lower salary, right? Because if they offer it to Koreans, the demand of salary is so high. So what they did is they find a person who knows Korean, but I know Korean, but I don't know the tech. I never experienced like even the presentation, like showing the PowerPoint. It's it's one of the things that I need to develop. But then I got it, and I've been working 8 hours a month, and I got $4,000. So it was so like, wow. Like I was just like, I don't have to go to the office. So I've been spending my time with my family, do what I want, and yet I'm still gaining money by myself. But at one point, I feel empty. Like I thought that what makes me rich, because I thought that my value is when I get money, then I can be happy. I thought that's the value after getting all those things. But that thing, what I felt is I felt so poor that I only have money. I don't know. Because what I do, I feel like is just focusing on money. And when I realized that, like, no, Jake, you are better than that. You're better than a person, human being, working so hard just to earn money. You're better than that. And then, of course, there are so many things going on more about that, but I ended up giving it up because I feel empty inside. And I came here, and I'm so happy to here. And even like these days, like we were reading Mother's words, right? So I wanted to share this story, like of Mother in Mother Peace, page 43, like God is our Father. And Mother was sharing, like, I grew up feeling honored that I was the daughter of God, the daughter of the Lord. My maternal grandmother, Jowon Mu, also looked into my eyes and told me clearly, God is your Father. Because of that, whenever I heard the word Father, my heart would burst in my chest. For the word Father brought to mind not my own father, but our Heavenly Father. Because of such love in my house, I never worried about my life. Despite our poverty and despite my father not being with us, I always was content. This was because I knew that God was my Father, that He was my reason for being alive, and that He was right there by my side, taking care of me. So even Mother, the first stage that Mother has to accomplish is to know who she is. And Mother was so clear about that, right? So that's why for all young people there, I know our career is very important, passion is important, but what is that for is more important. And I hope that if you try to find that, it's supposed to be connected to our original value as a true sons and daughters of God. And for all the parents there, I just want to say thank you for everything. My mom, actually, like, because of my mom, I think I could be able to know who I am. I am the son of God. I can feel it. I can feel it in my life. And not just my mom, but also true parents. Because when I was a member, there were so many difficulties and challenges that strikes in my faith. that I almost died spiritually. I couldn't imagine actually why I survived and even just to become a missionary. I didn't thought about it. I just want to be a child who worked so well and support my parents and raise my family in the future. But I didn't know why I'm here. But then when I reflected on my life, it was not me. It was true parents. Because whenever I feel that I wanted to give up and go back home, true parents made a lot of programs and activity to send me there. I thought it was because of my choice. No, it was not. It was true mother, because I realized that mother knows that I'm so exhausted spiritually because no one understood me. I'm living without my parents and family. So because God knows that I reached my limit, then God sent me to different environment again and again and again. And that was mold me to who I am. So for all the second gen here, I know we don't like all the parents, how they raise us. For sure, we think always that we are better than them. We know better than them, right? We know how to handle our lives. But we have to really understand that they are also trying their really hard to really raise us up. But the point is, when after the rebirth workshop, I feel the sacrifices of the family in the past. That they have to give up their family, their dreams and everything just to support true father to really fulfill the restorational course. And it was because of your parents. And they couldn't even spend their time to you. They couldn't give everything what you need because they are supporting true parents. And because of that sacrifices, now we're here in a Chunulguk era. So that's why I hope that you don't accuse your parents for always being in the mission, for always supporting the church and not giving attention to you. Because it was necessary to create God's kingdom. And now we're benefiting for it. And that's why I really want to thank to all the parents here. And for us, if we really want to really step up as an elder son nation, we have to first believe in yourself and acknowledge that you are sons and daughters of God. Doing good things is secondary. If doing good things is priority, then why we need the Messiah? We can just live centering in goodness anyway. No. Centering goodness is not enough. This is the secondary. The primary is God accepting us our parents through the Messiah. Right? But because the people of Jesus, you see the Bible verse how Jesus was put into test. He was the Son of God, but people were just trying to make a condition for Jesus. Not opposite way. Jesus doesn't supposed to prove himself as a daughter of God. We're supposed to prove ourselves, right? But it was an opposite, and it's happening right now, right? So this is how I understand, like especially our second gen and third gen here. Why? Whether you like it or not, you are the son of God. Why? It's not because you were born, not because you became son of God. Not because you made an effort to doing good things. No, because there's one person who sacrificed to gain that title, and it was true parents. And not just true parents, but also your parents. They sacrificed that in order for us to claim the title through the blessing. That's why it's a very, very important. So don't down yourself. Don't think that your value is based on what you achieve or what you are doing right now. No, it's not like that. You were born as a true sons and daughters of God, not because of you, but because of true parents who gained the title of the position of true parents so that God can be able to take that position as a true parents, right? And that through true parents, then God can be able to start his family. And that's all the blessed families. That's why when you were born, when you were born as a second gen, you are already son of God. Now, what is our responsibility? Becoming son of God. Because the title cannot be gained by our own. It was given to us by our parents and true parents. So I hope that now we're going to meet true mother. I hope that this content will help us, right? So if you want to meet true mother, I want us to meet. What can we offer? To this only begotten daughter who go through the indemnity course that she didn't deserve just for me to gain the title of child of God. And if you think that there's more gift than that, I don't know what I say. For me, that's why I actually, whatever the situation, when I understood that significance of blessing and who I am and how I supposed to live my life, I couldn't resist. I have to get blessed. I want to get blessed. Because why? It's because I recognize myself that I cannot be a son of God by myself. Because I have a lot of shortcomings and limitations. And the best gift that I can give to my children in the future is the title of children of God. I think that's more precious than anybody else. That's why for all the second gen, third gen, you're very precious, because, I know I'm not saying that you're not experiencing a lot of difficulties. It's just so hard. Me, I have to, go through this. You just don't know. You have to 7-day fast, do mission, 7 days fasting, a lot of condition just to get the blessing, And I hope that this is something that we can protect. And when we meet you, Mother, I'm sure that if you recognize right now that you are a son and daughter of God, then the next thing that you will step up in your mind and heart is what I can do for my parents. So that's why if you think like, what can we do in general? No, you have to ask yourself. You have to feel that. You have to feel that. What can I do for true parents? Or else, without that, recognizing that value, original value that you have, it's so hard. How can you do something for your parents that you never recognize that they are our parents? True parents done everything to prove them, like who they are. So how about that? Are we going to question until now? Or are we trying to give our opportunity ourselves to accept them and try to be their true sons and daughters? So it's all up to us. Thank you so much. Please join me in prayer. Our dearest Heavenly Parent and true parents, we're so grateful and thankful for allowing us to gather here as one family in this community, Heavenly Parent, trying to establish a community, Heavenly Parent, that you really long for 6,000 years, Heavenly Parents, where we can be able to recognize you as our true parents, and we can recognize ourselves as your true sons and daughters, Heavenly Parent. We know that there are so many moments, Heavenly Parent, that we want to put you into test who you are in our life. And sometimes, because of our limitations, we couldn't be able to really acknowledge you, Heavenly Parent. And we tend to create our own image, Heavenly Parent, in different ways. And so, when we lose our way, we tend to accuse anybody just for us to feel better. But we couldn't still feel happy because we realized that we have to go back to our original value as your true sons and daughters in order to feel happy. So I pray, Heavenly Parent, that today, as we receive this message, I pray that each one of us can be able to really give ourselves a chance to accept you as our true parent and to accept ourselves as your true sons and daughters. Because we know, Heavenly Parents, that you know how much you are suffering for so long because of the environment, because of the wrong situations, Heavenly Parents, that we're exposed with. And today, as we work together here to create that community, I hope and pray that we can always invite your divine presence to be with us so that we can be able to receive, Heavenly Parent, your love. And we can understand your love, Heavenly Parents, so that we can be able to know on how can we be able to really embrace our brothers and sisters. We have to really have that kind of relationship of understanding your heart in order to reach them. And I pray for all the members, especially the blessed families who are here, that the pain, this is the time, Heavenly Parent, that you heal, Heavenly Parents, all the negativities, all the painful past, Heavenly Parents, and move on and be and feel, Heavenly Parent, the preciousness of this era, Heavenly Parent, where we are living in a settlement of Chinagug. Mothers working so hard to create the environment without us, and we're so sorry. We tend to question true parents a lot without knowing how much they're sacrificing themselves. Even at the age of 80 right now, mother is stepping forward, Heavenly Parent, because she knows and she wants for the next generation, the future generation, to live under the environment of God so that they will no longer suffer. But we would like to really acknowledge ourselves, Heavenly Parents, that you need us. And I hope that while setting that determination, Heavenly Parent, you will guide us along the way. May you bless all these people here today, that we become your bridge, Heavenly Parent, to reach out all the people in the world, because you believe, Heavenly Parents, that they are your true sons and daughters. And I hope that through us, we can be able to really bring them back to you, so that we can establish a one big family under you and finally liberate your heart and liberate our heart as well. We thank you so much for everything, and all of these things I would like to offer in behalf of the people gathered here today. In my name, Jake and Jen Saralbas couple. Jew.